What's up everybody, it's your boy GBX or Ghost Bunny X, and today I'm going to be talking about KSI versus Joe Fournier. But before we get into that, I have a very strong opinion about this headliner and how it was released, so let's get right into it. KSI will be fighting Joe Fournier on May 13th for Misfits 007, and the biggest problem I have with this is not with the fight or anything else like that. It's just the fact that they released it in the midst of the Wade versus KSI situation. And the reason I bring this up is when they released that KSI would be fighting Fournier for 007, it was in the midst of all this different stuff. It was pretty much after KSI made his apology or his first apology, and Mans made his first apology. This is before Wade made his video, but they pretty much just released it. And the one thing that came to my mind when they released that was, holy crap, they're trying to diffuse the situation and sway everyone's attention to that fight instead of paying attention to the more important situation that no one diverted their opinions or their minds to that. It was always going to be on the Wade situation until they got that fixed. Thank God they eventually did get it fixed, as far as I know. They were trying to distract everyone. They were trying to sway everyone's attention towards KSI versus Joe Fournier, and that is my biggest problem with this. And not only did they just try to sway the situation, but this completely undermines Misfits 006. As we've seen with different promotions such as Social Gloves, names of fighters will not just sell the fights. You have to promote. That's true in any boxing event, sporting event, or anything that you're trying to sell tickets for. An artist can only sell so many tickets. You got to keep promoting, because some people don't even know certain tours happen until it's already happened. So promotion is key. They have not been promoting Misfits 006 as much as they should have. To be quite honest, some people are already overlooking 006 to start predicting what fights we're getting on 007. So let that sink in. That's what's happening right now. And again, big names, but no promotion. JMX versus Le'Veon Bell, that's a good fight. Paul Bamba versus Chris Avila, that's a good fight. Justin Minks versus Fangs, that's a great fight. All of these fights are great fights, but no one's paying attention to them. And of course, you can say some of that's due to the fact that everybody thought that this card was trash. But one, it's not trash. Two, you released 007's headliner before even remotely trying to promote this. You've released 3 or 4 videos on the Misfits YouTube channel about 006, and now you already have interviews with KSI and Joe Fournier separately. Fred Talks Fighting is already talking with Joe Fournier, doing an interview with him. So where's 006 in all of this? Now, they did just release one new video about 006 today between JMX and Le'Veon Bell, kind of like a digital face-to-face. But we haven't really seen a lot from it, and that is probably my number one issue. I wanted to get that out of the way before I even start talking about all the new KSI footage and different stuff like that, because at the end of the day, that is my opinion.
Fuck you!
And I didn't want anyone else to think that I'm overlooking 006, because I'm not. I honestly cannot wait. Even so, we're getting closer to April 21st, so I'm going to be making, obviously, more videos as more content comes out, hopefully from Misfits and all the other fighters. Alright, so now that I've said my piece, I do want to talk about KSI's remarks and his new sparring footage. As the looks of it, it did look like later rounds in his sparring, he looked very winded, very tired. The most important part about the sparring session is he is sparring Idris Virgo, who, if you don't know, fought Anthony Taylor on Misfits 005. He's a great fighter, and I think it's huge for KSI to be sparring with people like that. And from what Idris Virgo said, it looks like that KSI got a lot more coming for the Joe Fournier fight than he had us believe. Now, of course, in the video, KSI did look tired, and he got hit with a few shots as well as throwing and landing a few shots. He's also in very close range of Virgo in the video, so they must have been working on close combat, and that's going to be key in terms of clenches and in terms of going up against a pro boxer. The fact that KSI is working on that gives me great confidence for him. I don't know how long the KSI versus Fournier fight will be, but again, it did look like KSI was in the later rounds of that sparring session, and from the rumor mill, it does look like the KSI versus Joe Fournier fight will be 8 rounds. One of the longest fights that KSI has ever had. He went the distance with Logan Paul, but I think that was only 6 rounds. With a pro, I think a lot of people are hoping that KSI can come in and maybe even do a knockout in the later rounds to prove that he can do that if he's up against the ropes in later rounds. Honestly, it looks like KSI is working very hard towards this fight, but his message to his fans had everyone pretty much worried. When KSI put out the statement along with the video, many thought that he had lost his confidence. We all know he's a really great boxer, but after his message, some people were very worried, especially the fact that he's fighting a pro boxer. KSI said, "He's a better boxer than me and has more experience than me. Plus, I know if I lose, Jake Paul and his fans are going to have a field day. May 13th, I'll put my all into it and hopefully will not let you down." The word hopefully doesn't seem like it's usually part of KSI's vocabulary in terms of boxing. Hopefully is not an option. He's said many times before he can't lose. It's not in his blood. So it's like, where is this all coming from? Is KSI really worried against a pro boxer? Does he really lack confidence? Is it because he's sparring against pro boxers? Is it because Joe's a pro and he's seen the kind of work that Joe can do? Or is it because of the Wade situation? Has his ego gone down a lot more than we initially thought from the entire situation? Well, the answer is none of those things. In actuality, I think that KSI is trying to give some false confidence to Joe Fournier, give him a false ego booster by saying, hopefully I'll win. He's trying to hype up Joe, so when he gets in the ring with Joe Fournier, Joe's going to have a wake-up call once KSI hits him. I think that KSI is going to win this match. KSI has proven time and time again that he is a great boxer in the crossover space, and I do think that it's going to be going into the later rounds. I believe round 5 knockout. I think KSI has a lot more to prove in terms of fighting in the later rounds and showing that he can still keep the pace up from the entire fight. At the end of the day, I think this will be a great fight, and this will definitely be KSI's biggest test so far. Can we also talk about Joe Fournier's response to the entire sparring footage? He actually put up something on his Instagram story, and I don't even want to read it. I just want to show you guys, but
Let's go! Break clean, go! Go!
He essentially said that it was fake because KSI wants to give him a false confidence so he doesn't feel like he has to train. But if we're really talking about fake knockouts, fake sparring, let's take it back like a month or so and check out Joe Fournier's sparring footage. Dare I say more? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. More boxing content and vlogs will be coming soon. If you guys have any ideas or want to see anything specific on the channel, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. Don't forget to absolutely knock out that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.